Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone. This is Nurhan Suwirki from ETV, the English Teacher Voice. So, if this is your first time with me, let me tell you that I do summaries for English or ELT books, and you can find my audios on my Telegram channel and also my SoundCloud, and finally on my YouTube channel with the same name, the English Teacher Voice. So, we've started with TKT book, and in episode 1, we've talked about Unit 1 in this book, Grammar. And today, with episode 2, we tackle the second unit, which is Lexis. So today, we're talking about Lexis, or vocabulary, and now let me tell you about the main points mentioned in this unit. First of all, we have what is Lexis, so the definition. 2, we have what kinds of meaning can words have? And finally, words' relationships with one another. First of all, let's start with what is Lexis, so the definition. The meaning of Lexis, of course, as you know, Lexis means vocabulary or words in general. And according to the book, Lexis refers to individual words or sets of words. When we talk about individual words, we talk about one word, like the word tree. And when I talk about sets of words, that means units of vocabulary which have a specific meaning. And sets of words are like get up or first of all. And then we talk about the kinds of meaning words can have. And here we talk about 3 main concepts. First of all, we talk about denotation or the denotative meaning vs figurative meaning. Then we talk about form. And finally, we talk about words that occur together. Okay? So these are the 3 main points. And now I'm going to explain each of which. First of all, let's start with denotation. What is the meaning of denotation? Denotation is the meaning that describes the thing or idea behind the vocabulary item. For example, let's take the word tree as an example. When I say tree, what does it mean? Tree means the large plant with a wooden trunk. You know, the plant that we all know. It has a wooden trunk, branches, and also leaves. So this is the denotative meaning or the literal meaning. But if I say the tree of life or a family tree, now am I talking about the literal meaning? Of course no. Now I'm talking about the figurative meaning, or figurative means the imaginative meaning. Okay, so this is denotative meaning vs figurative meaning. Here we also have something else, which is the context, the meaning of the vocabulary in the context or in the situation in which it is used. For example, also we have the same example about tree. And now let's listen to this sentence. We couldn't see the house because of the tall trees in front of it. Again, we couldn't see the house because of the tall trees in front of it. Now when you listen to this sentence, you will understand that trees are taller than the house. But actually it's not really mentioned. I didn't say in the sentence that trees are taller, okay? But you understand from the context that trees are taller than the house, and the house is smaller, okay? So here we've been talking about denotative meaning, figurative meaning, and the meaning within the context. Then the chapter or the unit discusses another idea, which is the form. How the form changes the meaning. And actually the form can change the meaning. And of course we talked about that last time in the first episode about grammar. But again, let's talk about the idea mentioned here. So the form can change the meaning when I use prefixes or suffixes, and also with compounds or compound nouns. Of course, as you know, we said prefixes are, a part of word which is added at the beginning of the word. Suffix will be the part of word that is added at the end of the word. Okay. For example, now if I say the word safe, okay, and then I add the prefix un, so the word becomes unsafe. So now the meaning is changed. The meaning of the word is changed, and it is changed to the opposite meaning, from safe to unsafe, or from legal to illegal. The same will be also with comparatives or superlatives. If I add the suffix er or est, for example, the adjective easy, when I add er to it, so it becomes easier. So from an adjective, a regular adjective, it becomes a comparative adjective. And also with superlative, with I add est, I change it from an adjective to a superlative adjective. Okay. Also, they may change the part of a speech. For example, if I have the verb instruct and then I add tion to it, the suffix tion, shin, so now the verb instruct becomes an instruction, which is a noun. Okay? So this is how form may change the meaning. After that, let's talk about words that occur together. And here we are talking about something called chunks. Okay. So chunks this word refers to language that occurs in semi-fixed units. Okay, and that we usually learn as one piece. And here we mention 3 types of chunks. We mention collocations, fixed expressions, and idioms. First of all, let's talk about collocations. Collocations are words that often occur together. For example, when I say to take a holiday or heavy rain. Let's take heavy rain as an example. Have you ever heard someone says harsh rain or hard rain or complicated rain? No, we say heavy rain. Okay, we always say that, we always hear it like that. So this is the collocation. These 2 words come together all the time. Also, when I say depend on, I don't say depend in, depend at. No, I say depend on. So this is a collocation. These words collocate in the language. Okay? But here also we have another point mentioned, that we have something called the degree of the collocation. Sometimes we have strong collocations, like when I say watch out. Watch out is very strong. Okay? These 2 words come together a lot. Okay, but for example, when I say watch a video is less strong. Okay, because I can say watch a video or watch TV, watch series, watch a movie. So we watch different stuff. So this is less strong. But when I say watch the postman, this is not a collocation. So here we're talking about the degree of the collocation. Then after collocations, we have something called fixed expressions. And fixed expressions are expressions which can't be changed. For example, when I say to tell you the truth, or newborn, or it's up to you. So these are fixed expressions. You've never heard something like it's up on you, it's up at you, it's up in you. No, we say it's up to you. Okay, so these are fixed expressions. And actually idioms are also a kind of fixed expressions, as they can't be changed. But idioms are a bit different, because as you know, in idioms we have something like figurative meaning. Okay, because for example, if I say something like once in a blue moon. Now blue and moon, of course I'm not talking about blue as a color, I'm not talking about moon, the real moon, but now these 5 words, once in a blue moon, they all have one meaning. Okay, it's also like to have green fingers, to be under the weather, and so these are idioms. Finally, we also have words relationships with one another. And here I just want you to listen carefully, okay? Because we have 8 concepts here. First of all, we talk about synonyms and antonyms, and this is easy. Then we have lexical set and word family. After that, we have false friends, homophones, homonyms, and varieties of English. And let's explain each of which in detail. First of all, we talk about the relationships between words. And the first type of relationship we have will be synonyms, that 2 words have the same meaning or similar meanings. For example, when I say happy and delighted, okay, so they have similar meanings. And antonyms, when words have opposite meanings like happy, unhappy, or happy and sad, okay, so I guess this one is easy. After that, number 3, we have lexical set. And lexical set are groups of words that belong to the same topic area. For example, family, or furniture, or food. For example, in family, let's take family as an example. I can say under the topic, which is family, I have father, mother, sister, brother. So now I have a lexical set. Furniture, under furniture, I have a bed, chair, sofa, cupboard, and so on. Okay. Then we also have something called word family. Word family, that they are words that come through affixation from the same base word. Affixation, of course, it can be prefixes or suffixes. For example, let's take the word real. From real, I can add ly, then it becomes really. From real, also I can have the word realistic or unreal or reality. Okay, so from one word, you can have other words. Okay, so this is called word family. After that, we have something else called false friends, and this is number 5. False friends are very important in language teaching and learning because they are words that have the same or a similar form in 2 languages but a different meaning. And let me give you an example for a word that we have in Arabic and also in English. We say it in the same way, but they have different meanings. For example, if I say Matt, okay, Matt in English can be a name. M-A-T-T can be a name of a man. Or if I say Matt, M-A-T, it can be the small carpet, you know. It's kind of small carpet used for different purposes. But in Arabic, when I say Matt, okay, we don't say Matt, we say it like Matt. Matt, someone, it means someone who is dead. Someone died. Okay, so still the same word Matt, but different meanings. So this is called false friends, and we have to pay attention to false friends, especially with beginners, because for example, also in Arabic and English, we have the word rat. The word far. Okay, far in English means something which is far, not near, but far in Arabic it is the mouse. Okay, so we have to pay attention to that when we are teaching beginners, because false friends can be problematic to them. Then we also have something else, which is number 6. This is homophones. Homophones and homonyms. Look, guys, from the beginning, homophones, here we have a word which is Greek, okay? Homo and phones. This word consists of 2 parts. This is a Greek word, consists of 2 parts. The first part is homo, the second part is phone, okay? Homophone. Homo, in general, means same. Homo means same. And phone means sound. So homophone means same sound. So homophones are words with the same sound or same pronunciation but a different meaning or spelling. For example, when I have something like the word no. No is when I say I know, like the spelling is K-N-O-W. Or when I say no, no way. So here, no is N-O. Now, no has the same pronunciation, no and no, but still they have different meanings and still different spelling. Then we also have homonyms. Homonyms also, again, homo means same. But these are words with the same spelling and pronunciation as another word, but a different meaning. For example, when I have the word bank, they sat on the riverbank. Riverbank, okay? And of course, riverbank is different from the bank in which you put all your savings into, right? This is number 7, homonyms and homophones and homonyms. Finally, we have varieties of English. Varieties of English means different kinds of English spoken around the world. For example, we have, of course, US and UK, British and American, and also we have Indian, Australian, South African, and so on. So, Varieties sometimes affect Lexis, as the same things can be called by different names in different varieties. For example, when I say flat, this is British English. But when I say apartment, this is US English. When I say cookie, this is US English. When I say biscuit, this is British English. I hope things are clear. If they are not really clear, and maybe you have some definitions or terminology that is, mentioned for the first time to you, you hear it for the first time, so please listen again. Once again, try to listen once again. Maybe you can listen even twice or 3 times just to make sure that you understand everything. Still, if you have any questions, you can just leave me comments on my Telegram channel. Again, Telegram channel with the name The English Teacher Voice. Thank you so much for listening, and wait for the next audio. Bye bye.